You want to start building credit, but you don't know what type of credit card to get.
In this video, we're going to talk about the difference between secured credit cards and unsecured credit cards. So if you're just getting started out trying to build some credit, or you've made some mistakes and you're trying to rebuild your credit, then this is a good video for you. Hey, I'm Alex.
And I'm Phillip.
And we teach you what you need to know about your personal finances using words you can understand without boring you to death.
Because adulting shouldn't suck. If you're new to this channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. In the comments below, let us know what your favorite color is.
Now, it doesn't matter where you're at in life. Having credit is super important to really do anything, right? And if you're borrowing money, whether it's on a credit card or other types of lenders, at some point, you're going to need credit history. And the two main categories are secured and unsecured assets. Now, the primary difference between the two of them is collateral. And collateral is something that the bank can take if you don't make your payments.
Unsecured credit has no collateral backing. So, like he was saying, that means that the creditors are going to give you money, and then if you don't pay it back, the bank doesn't have anything they can take from you. Secured credit cards are going to have the collateral backing, which is typically money that you're going to put down. So in case you don't pay it back, then they're going to take that money. So when you get an unsecured credit card, pretty much the bank is giving you money saying that you're going to pay it back based off just your credit worthiness. So no collateral, bank doesn't have any securities, and then they might not get their money back. We actually have a course on this stuff, and it's going to show you everything that you need to know to build your credit, to get started, which credit cards to apply for, how to build your credit on autopilot, and all that stuff. If you guys want to check out that course, all you got to do is go to our website, adultfinancialskills.com, and check it out.
So what is a secured credit card? Well, it's a type of credit card that is designed for people who have bad credit or no credit. And the biggest difference between the two with unsecured and secured, other than collateral, is the fact that you have to put down your own money as a deposit in order to open up a secured credit card. Now, it is refundable. So if you decide to shut down that credit card, you get that money back. Now, if you decide not to make your payment, or you forget about making your payment, right, which is a really bad thing to do, especially if you're trying to build credit, they can take that deposit and apply it towards the money that you owe on that credit card, which is different than a regular credit card.
Mm-hmm. So you're going to think of that deposit, right, as like insurance for the bank, that in that case, if you do forget to pay your payment or something happens, that the bank will get their money back. You can find these secure credit cards as low as $100 in some places, but most of them are going to be between $200 and $500. And then you're going to give them that money, and then you're going to borrow against that money and then pay it back, every single month, however much you use out of that deposit you put down.
And then however much you put down for that deposit is going to be your overall credit limit. Mm-hmm. So if you put down $100, usually it's just $100 for your credit limit, right? And obviously that's not a whole lot of money, but if you make a small purchase on that, then that just goes towards building your credit, right? So a small purchase and then pay it off every month. Another thing is that your deposit, if it gets applied towards your balance, which is a bad scenario, that still doesn't count as a credit card payment. You still have to make your payment on top of that. Just be aware of that. Now, obviously the goal is to establish good credit. So make your payments on time, set it up to be automatically paid off every month. And then after 6 to 12 months of being automatically paid off, they as in the credit card company, usually offer to upgrade you to a regular type of credit card, which is an unsecured credit card. Or if you want to stay in that one, then they'll give you a higher credit limit. Mm-hmm. So with your deposit you put down for that secured credit card, you can actually get it refunded depending on whether you establish credit worthiness first or you close that account and you upgrade to a new account. So you actually get that money back. It's not theirs forever unless you stiff them on your bill, and then they're going to use that to cover your bill. Now, there's advantages and drawbacks to both secured and unsecured credit cards, and it really just depends on what you need from your use of credit.
Some of the pros of having a secured credit card, even if you have bad credit, you can qualify for these secured credit cards. They have a super high approval rate, so if you're trying to get back on your feet or fix your credit, these are going to be great for you. Even if you're just starting out and you're trying to build a good credit history, this is a good route to go.
The reason why secured credit cards are so good for people that are just starting out or have not the best history with credit and they're trying to rebuild is that a secured credit card is like a guaranteed approval card, because more often than not, they don't even check your credit. So if you don't have good credit or you have no credit, then it's not going to hurt you, and you're not going to get denied for a credit card.
Oh yeah, getting that credit card. Secured credit card drawbacks. All right. I mean, you're going to have to put down a deposit, and typically that's going to be a large chunk of money. I mean, if you're already on a tight budget, it's going to be hard to put down, $500 to get a credit card. So you got to have to think of that. The next drawback, all right, low credit limits. So typically, whatever amount that deposit is going to be that you're putting down for that secured credit card is going to be your credit card limit. So if you're putting down, $200, then your credit card limit is going to be $200. And then if you're staying below that 30% credit utilization, which we talk about in some of our other videos, so check out our credit playlist. Link's going to be in the description below. If you're staying below that 30% of the $200, it's not going to be very much money. But you should be paying this off in full every single month anyways, so you shouldn't have to worry about that too much. But if you're not, then you really got to watch what you're spending.
One of the other drawbacks is typically you don't have any kind of rewards with a secured credit card. Now, I've seen a few that are starting to roll out rewards, and rewards are things like airline miles or hotel points or cashback, stuff like that. But most credit cards do not offer that at this time at the beginning of 2021. So that is one thing to consider, is that you're not going to have any kind of rewards typically. Now, another one, a really big thing you need to pay attention to is not all secured credit cards actually report to the credit bureaus, and that's not a good thing. So if you're making on-time payments and you're trying to do all the right things, but you didn't pay attention to which kind of credit card you got, not all of them report the good things you're doing, so it's not even going to help you build your credit.
Going to have to ask them, when you're applying. Even if you got to call customer service, be like, yo, y'all reporting to the credit agencies, right? Be like, oh, no, sir, actually, we only report to them if you don't make your payment. We don't report anything if you actually make your payment. I'm like, well, that's no good for me, bud. I'm going to go somewhere else. Thanks.
Thankfully, different websites like wallethub.com or NerdWallet usually list that on there too. So it makes it a little bit easier to find that information out now than it used to be.
Yeah. I don't even like calling places. So
Me neither.
If the internet can tell me, that's a plus in my book. Now, we're going to talk about the top secured credit cards for 2021. Number one, the Discover It Secured Credit Card. This is going to have a $0 annual fee, and it's going to have 22.99 APR. But if you're paying off that balance in full every single month, you're not going to have to worry about it because there's not going to be anything for it to charge you that 22% on it.
The next one is going to be the Secured MasterCard from Capital One. It has a higher interest rate of 26.99%, which is gross. But like he just said, if you pay it off every month, then it doesn't really matter, right? Because you're not getting charged interest on a $0 balance. Now, it also has a $0 annual fee because you don't want to be paying money to build credit, right? So stay away from the ones that are going to charge you an annual fee.
Yep. Caca poo poo. All right. Last one, we're going to talk about the Chime Secured Credit Card, or the Credit Builder Credit Card, okay? This is going to be from Chime. It's got 0 annual fee, 0 interest rate / APR, 0 minimum security deposit, and they report to all 3 credit bureaus, okay? This is a newer credit card. It's pretty awesome. It's Visa, so it's going to be accepted everywhere, most likely. Which actually brings us to another point. So the MasterCards and the Discover cards aren't always going to be accepted everywhere. So wherever you're going to go buy with your credit card, make sure that on their little thing that they have the Discover symbol or the MasterCard symbol or the Visa symbol. Just like they have like the Apple Pay symbol or the Android Pay symbol. You want to make sure that they're going to accept your credit card before you go and purchase things there or attempt to purchase things there. Okay? Pro tip.
Okay, so based on everything that we just talked about, what Phillip was saying with the Chime Secured Credit Card, the Credit Builder Card has absolutely, hands down, the best features out of the 3 cards we talked about. Now, the one disadvantage that you're going to have if you open that card compared to the other 2 is they don't currently have a regular unsecured credit card that you can upgrade to after 6 to 12 months of building your credit. So if you're looking to upgrade to a new card, the other 2 with Capital One and Discover are going to have the ability to upgrade you into a regular unsecured credit card after you've established some credit. So if that's your goal, is get into a regular credit card, then Chime can help build your credit to get to that point, but then you're going to have to apply for a credit card with somebody else rather than just upgrading to a new type of credit card with the same company. That's the only drawback.
And you guys have to remember, okay, credit history length is important, okay? This is something that they look at when they're determining your credit score. So the credit history length, if you're like, okay, well, I'll get the Chime card, and then I'm just going to shut it off, and then get a secured or an unsecured, credit card, with no deposit or anything, then you're going to have that cut in your credit history length. Okay?
Yeah, because as soon as you close down that credit card, whether it's a secured credit card or unsecured credit card, you close it down, wipes out all that credit history that you built up.
Yeah. So if you are going to do it with the Chime and then get a new bank, just leave the Chime open. Okay? Just leave it open. Put the credit card in a safe or cut it up and don't use it. Just don't close it.
Right. Okay, so the next one we're going to talk about is unsecured credit cards or regular credit cards. And they're always going to do a credit check. And based on that credit check, they're going to be looking for your credit score. They're going to look for any kind of debt you have, right? And based on those things, it's going to determine if you actually get approved or not. And it's going to determine what your credit limit's going to be and how much interest you're going to pay. So there's a lot more to these unsecured credit cards. But once you build up enough credit history, you can move into one of these. But if you're just starting out, I would not recommend applying for one of these. Definitely go with a secured credit card. Build up that credit history with a goal of moving into one of these.
Yeah. Remember, we have a video on this, on how to apply for credit cards and get approved. So before you go out here applying for all these unsecured credit cards, make sure you watch that video and do all the steps so you're not screwing yourself over and just get denied left and right for credit cards, okay?
Because that's definitely going to hurt your credit.
Yeah. Now, let's talk about the top 2 unsecured credit cards for 2021. First up, we got the Capital One Platinum Card. Okay, this one has no annual fee. All right, it's important. You don't want to have to pay money to a credit card company just to have the credit card. Not worth it. If they have one, find a different credit card. All right, you can automatically get a higher credit limit in as little as 6 months if you're doing everything you're supposed to, like paying your bills, keeping your balance low, and using the credit card the right way. Additionally, they're going to have an awesome bank app, or credit card app, on the mobile phone that you can use, and you can take care of all your stuff right from your phone. And they're going to tell you what your credit score is every single month, every time you log in. It's awesome.
All right, so the next unsecured credit card we're going to recommend is the Jasper MasterCard. There's no annual fee with this one either, but you get rewards. You get cash back. You start out getting 1% cash back, and you can earn up to 6% cash back based on how many of your friends or family or whoever that you refer to actually go and apply and get accepted for that credit card. So the more you refer, the more money you're going to make cash back. And there's no specific categories, so anywhere you spend your credit card on, you're going to get cash back rewards.
Yeah, I mean, rewards are sweet. Even if you don't refer anybody, I mean, you're still getting rewards. Refers. I mean, you get refers. You get rewards when you get referrals. Anyways, you get rewards, which is cool, right? That doesn't happen a lot when you're first getting your first unsecured credit card. So rewards are cool. Now, let's talk about some benefits of having an unsecured credit card. Typically, you're going to have lower fees and lower interest rates. This is going to come with having a higher credit score and better credit history when you get these cards. Additionally, you're going to get rewards with some of these cards, which are going to be awesome. Okay, you typically don't get rewards with the secured credit cards, so having these rewards is just, a benefit to having their credit card.
Now, another difference is you're going to have a lot more cards to choose from with a regular type of credit card or an unsecured credit card, because with secured credit cards, they only have a couple per company, maybe one or two, like Chime only has one. So once you get into the regular credit card category, then you can apply for a huge array of different credit cards, all based on your credit score, right? And they're going to have different things like he was talking about with different types of benefits. Now, another thing that's going to be a benefit to have an unsecured credit card is a higher credit limit. So with a secured credit card, you might only have like a $200 limit or a $500 limit. And initially, you're probably going to have a $500 limit when you're just starting out with an unsecured credit card, but those go up automatically usually every 6 to 12 months, as long as you're making your payments on time. Now, the benefit to having a higher credit limit is if you did carry a balance on your credit card, right, then it's not going to hurt your credit. If you stay under that 30% utilization rate, which is a whole nother video we have on how to build your credit the right way. But ideally, just pay it off every month anyways. But if you need a higher limit in order to make a bigger purchase or something, you can put it on the credit card, make that purchase, and then you can just pay it off right away, right? And then that way you're still earning all those benefits. That's the best way to do it.
Mm-hmm. Now, let's talk about some drawbacks of an unsecured credit card. Okay.
The only real drawback, all right, is the requirements to get that credit card. They're going to change from card to card. So you have to look it up and see what the requirements are for you to qualify for that card before you apply for the card. Because if you apply for a card and you're not qualified for it, then they're going to deny you, obviously, and then that's going to affect your credit. And then if you have to apply for another card, the credit inquiries on your credit report are going to affect your credit score. So you don't want to go out just heydaying crazy applying for credit cards. Bad.
Which is stupid because obviously you're just trying to get a credit card. But the way that the credit system is built is it makes it look like you're desperate to get credit. And then it looks like a black eye on your credit report because you're applying for all these credit cards and you're getting denied. And then eventually nobody's going to give you a credit card and you have to go back to getting a secured credit card. So you got to do it the right way.
Start all the way over again.
So as a quick recap, if you're trying to build your credit or rebuild your credit, definitely go with a secured credit card and pay it off every single month. And then eventually, once you build up some credit history, go apply for an unsecured credit card, a regular credit card, and keep up those same habits of paying it off every single month. And then you'll be rocking and rolling.
Rocking and rolling, okay? Like I said, I'm telling you, we can't stress it enough. Build those good credit habits, okay? And keep those good credit habits. And then you'll be okay as an adult, right? Mm-hmm. So just stick with it. Keep doing the right thing. Like we said already, okay, we have a playlist on how to build your credit, so check it out. Super important stuff. If you like this video, hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Click that little bell so you get all the notifications for our awesome videos that we put out, and the comments below. Let us know if you have any questions.
And share this video with your friends.